On the heels of an announced deficit, no government expense is free of scrutiny.
The Premier has signed off on a contract for $600,000, and believe me, I wish this was an actual joke, to hire a speechwriter to inject humor into his speeches.
A bill the Premier says is greatly exaggerated.
Writers are a necessary part of the job. Mr. Demers, to date, his entire contract has been worth $14,000.
Either way, the province is $11.6 billion in the hole. The deficit driven in part by sinking commodity prices, a cooling housing market, and the loss of the carbon tax. And it's expected to get worse.
There's room to have, a few bad years before we, hit disaster. But we should certainly be concerned, and the government certainly needs to work hard to try to get its financial house in order.
Brander says average consumers won't notice the effects of a deficit immediately, but a dwindling debt rating could eventually take a toll on BC's ability to provide critical services like education or healthcare. That's why some experts say it's time to take a hard look at the public sector.
The public sector has grown by about 55% since the NDP took office. There are questions that we do need to ask about whether we really do need to have all of those people working in the public sector.
An evaluation that the Premier says is already underway.
I want to make it clear for British Columbians. We're going to protect those frontline services that they depend on, that their families depend on. We're going to cut the waste out of the health authorities. We're already doing it. Reducing the size of the public service, addressing administrative waste.
In the meantime, the Premier says he expects billions of dollars worth of private sector investments in projects like LNG will help BC turn the tide over the next year. John Hernandez, CBC News, Vancouver.